Have you ever wondered what the Bible says about the end of the world? Today, we are counting down the top 10 most powerful end times prophecies, ancient predictions that some believe are unfolding right before our eyes. Let's dive in and explore what these verses reveal about the future. Starting our countdown at number 10, Wars and Rumors of Wars. From the book of Matthew, chapter 24, we read, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come." This verse paints a picture of a world in constant conflict. From global superpowers to regional skirmishes, the drumbeat of war seems to be a constant hum in our modern age. News cycles are filled with reports of tension and hostility, making this ancient prophecy feel startlingly relevant. Is this simply the nature of human history, or is it a specific sign pointing to something more? As we see nations rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms, many look to these words as a key indicator of the times we are living in. Coming in at number 9, famines and earthquakes. Directly following the previous verse, Matthew chapter 24 continues, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places." These are described as the beginning of birth pains. In recent years, we've witnessed an increase in the frequency and intensity of natural disasters. Earthquakes shake entire regions, and widespread food shortages threaten millions. The imagery of birth pains suggests these events will grow stronger and closer together as the end approaches. Are these isolated tragedies, or are they part of a larger, prophetic pattern? The text prompts us to consider the connection between these global crises and the timeline of the end times. At number 8, we have a fascinating prophecy, the increase in knowledge and travel. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, foretells a time when many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Think about our world today. We can travel across the globe in a matter of hours. The internet has placed the entirety of human knowledge at our fingertips. Information that once took a lifetime to acquire is now accessible in seconds. This explosion of technology and mobility is unprecedented in human history. Could this rapid acceleration of travel and information be what the prophet Daniel saw thousands of years ago? This prophecy highlights a unique feature of the modern era, setting it apart from all previous generations and aligning it with what was foretold. Our number 7 prophecy is the gospel preached to all nations. Matthew chapter 24 tells us, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." This is one of the most remarkable prophecies, as it hinges on a global event. For centuries, this seemed impossible. Yet, through technology like the internet, radio, and satellite television, along with the tireless work of missionaries, the message of the gospel has reached nearly every corner of the earth. Bible translations exist for thousands of languages, and remote tribes are hearing this message for the first time. The fulfillment of this prophecy is a prerequisite for the end, making its progress a critical sign to watch. Halfway through our countdown, at number 6, the rebirth of Israel. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, a prophecy declares, "I will open your graves and bring you up from them, my people. I will bring you back to the land of Israel." For nearly 2,000 years, the Jewish people were scattered across the globe, and the nation of Israel did not exist as a sovereign state. Many believed this prophecy could never be fulfilled. But then, in 1948, the seemingly impossible happened. The nation of Israel was reborn. This single event is considered by many theologians to be the super sign of the end times, the prophetic starting gun that set all other end-time prophecies into motion. The return of the Jewish people to their ancestral homeland remains a central and undeniable piece of the prophetic puzzle. Now, we enter more ominous territory. At number 5, the rise of the Antichrist. The Apostle Paul warns in 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, that the end will not come until the rebellion occurs and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the man doomed to destruction. He will oppose and will exalt himself over everything that is called God or is worshipped, so that he sets himself up in God's temple, proclaiming himself to be God. This prophecy speaks of a charismatic and powerful global leader who will emerge on the world stage, promising peace and unity. He will deceive many but will ultimately reveal his true nature by demanding worship and declaring himself to be God. The world stage seems to be setting itself for a figure who can unite a fractured globe under one authority. The search for this figure is a focal point for many who study prophecy. At number 4, we find one of the most famous and chilling prophecies, the mark of the beast. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, describes a system where no one can buy or sell unless they had the mark. which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. This mark is to be placed on the right hand or on the forehead. For centuries, this concept seemed like science fiction. But today, we live in an age of digital currency, biometric identification, and implantable microchips. The technology to create a global economic system where every transaction is tracked and controlled not only exists, but is becoming more integrated into our daily lives. This prophecy warns of a future where economic participation is tied to allegiance to this Antichrist figure, forcing a choice upon every person on earth. Entering our top 3, at number 3, the Great Tribulation. Jesus himself spoke of this time in Matthew chapter 24, saying, "For then there will be great tribulation, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again." This refers to a period of intense and unparalleled suffering and divine judgment on the earth. The book of Revelation details this time with vivid imagery of plagues, disasters, and persecution. It is described as a time of testing for the whole world, a period so difficult that if it were not cut short, no one would survive. It is the crucible through which the world must pass before the final events of the end times can unfold. This sobering prophecy serves as a powerful warning of the gravity of the days to come. Our runner-up, at number 2, the Battle of Armageddon. Revelation chapter 16 pinpoints a specific event. Then they gathered the kings together to the place that in Hebrew is called Armageddon. This isn't just another war, it is the climax of all human conflict. The prophecy describes the armies of the world gathering in the valley of Megiddo in Israel for a final, catastrophic confrontation. This battle is depicted as the ultimate rebellion of humanity against God, a moment when the nations of the earth unite under the leadership of the Antichrist to fight directly against the armies of heaven. It represents the culmination of all the wars and rumors of wars, the final, futile stand of mankind before divine intervention. And the number 1 most powerful end times prophecy is the second coming of Christ. After all the turmoil, conflict, and judgment, this is the ultimate hope. Revelation chapter 1 proclaims, "Look, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all peoples on earth will mourn because of him." This is not a secret or quiet return, but a glorious, visible, and triumphant arrival. It is the moment when Jesus Christ returns to earth to defeat the Antichrist, judge the nations, and establish his eternal kingdom. This event is the definitive end of the age, the fulfillment of all promises, and the beginning of a new heaven and a new earth. It is the final, powerful conclusion to the story of the end times. From global conflicts to the ultimate return of Christ, these 10 prophecies provide a fascinating and sobering roadmap of what the Bible says is yet to come. Whether you see them as literal predictions or powerful allegories, they have captivated and guided people for millennia. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this journey through prophecy insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into ancient texts. We'll see you in the next video.